So it's more, there's the science behind it, there's the math, right, that has to work out too. But really what you're saying, it's really that instinct that they have that spark, that energy, that's really what you're looking for.
For us, for sure. Yeah. And I think private equity, financial buyers, there's always the financial stuff that comes later. Yeah. I think for TriWest anyway, we tend to park that and we really want to understand the people and the story first, because it's great people that build great companies, is not the opposite. So it's all the financial work, there's a time and place for that, but it's not early on in our world.
I would say too, I think that the thing that maybe sometimes isn't conveyed, at least with our relationship and my experience with TriWest, was that it was much of an interview for me on TriWest as it was for them on me too. And I felt that right away. And I could tell the people I was dealing with were relationship people. And that made us aligned and gave us chemistry right away. Because, I think in all aspects of life, chemistry is key. Yeah. And the chemistry was there, and then, like you said, Tina, the math needs to make sense. That's the reality of business, and the math did make sense, and so then it was enough to move forward. The other thing about chemistry, I would say too, is that chemistry is what you fall back on when things don't go exactly as planned, and for most part, it's been a really good, lots of great experiences with ProStar and TriWest and our teams together. However, there has been some challenges, and when those challenges, reveal themselves, if you're looking across the table with somebody you respect, and you're aligned to, the chemistries make all the difference in the world.
Plus he's bigger, but I'm faster, so it's good.
So just building on that, just to build on that question then, you as an entrepreneur are giving up quite a bit of a stake in their company to get that type of investment. So you're looking, like you said, you're interviewing too. So you're saying that the key criteria for you in giving up that, not giving up, getting that type of investment is the chemistry then?
I do. I don't think that stops there. I mean, that's how I sought out our employees at the company. That's how I sought out our clients, and key stakeholders are certainly a priority in that. But without chemistry, I think that you can get by on short little bandages like that, but not a lasting relationship. That's for sure.
If I think about the vision of TriWest, which is to build successful, enduring partnerships.
Yep.
It's a way to think about having a relationship with somebody that isn't just one way. Mm-hmm. Both of you, your companies are in partnership with one another. You guys have an intimate partnership as the board chairman and the CEO of a fastly growing tech company in the energy service business. I think that you've commented on the first layer that has to work in a partnership, which there has to be some chemistry. Then I think there needs to be some really solid alignment around core values and what are the bedrock principles and ideas that you're just not willing to sacrifice on. And then the third thing is some alignment on where you think this is going, kind of a vision alignment. What do you think is the key to making these things work better? Partnerships and teams. Because they're challenging.
They are challenging. All relationships are challenging. I mean, but you got to find the ways to want to work together. So it starts with the chemistry. Do we have the chemistry? Is the spark there, both from our side and from their side, and it's that value add as well, right? Like skirting around the fluff part of it, the value doesn't just come from the dollars and cents that come out of TriWest. It comes out of, does it make sense for me to continue, for me and my company to continue putting effort in to the relationship? And do we see that? And in this case, we certainly see it. I looked at Jeff as a mentor. I've looked to him as a friend. I love to learn, and I've said this numerous times, I'll say it again. I learn something every time I'm around you, and for me, that's inspirational. And I put the gas in my machine off of inspirations like that. A long time ago, I come to the realization, I didn't know this coming into the business world, but you have to have that. And sometimes being the head of a corporation, people are drawing your energy from you, but very few are putting into it. So when you gravitate towards somebody that does put energy in you hold on to that.
Yeah, I'd say partnership's built on trust, and trust is earned over time, and respect, and it all just evolves. And you know, I sort of go back to the initial question about what we look for, and you know, one of the reasons you're looking for that sort of chemistry in that first meeting or the first few meetings is, you know, we're going to be partners for a long time. Like in private equity speak, it's 5 or 6 years. It's like a marriage that has a start and an end point, but it's still, you better like the people that you're partnered with, because it's business isn't straight up and down. It's lumpy, and everybody's gets along perfectly when things are going well, but it's when things aren't going well that's when you really test the partnership, and communication's a big part of that. And look, the thing I love about Terry, and with my personality type, I mesh with people where I can just hit them straight up with what I think. They're not going to be offended by it. We're going to have a good debate. And Terry's definitely that guy, and I can take it too. So that's the kind of partnership that works well for me personally. And I'd say that we're pretty good at that. Can always get better. We both can. But there's a respect and a trust factor there that allows you to communicate that way too.